Well, we've had plenty of snow in northeastern Ohio, and it's been cold here this first week or so of February. How's that affecting the real estate market? My name's Ed Huck with Keller Williams, and we're going to dive into your February real estate market update. And I'm really going to try to keep this under 5 minutes. So let's get into it. All right. So, mortgage rates. What's going on with mortgage rates? Rates right now are still hovering right around 6%. Everything we can see, they dipped under 6 for a second and then kind of kicked right over. But if you're looking to buy a house, your 30-year fixed rate mortgage is right about 6. And everything I can tell and read from what's going on, the rates are probably going to float around there for the foreseeable future. Number of new listings and listings currently for sale. So new listings this year to date versus last year to date. So we've got, I just ran these stats today. So we've got basically January's plus a couple of days of February stats. New listings is about the same as last year. But what's interesting is the number of available homes for sale is up 10%. So we'll see what that means here in a second. The rolling 12-month average, so we can kind of get a better idea of what's going on. New listings is actually up almost 4%, and the average number of homes for sale is up actually 9.7%. So there's more inventory available this year than there has been in the past. Number of homes pending and number of homes transferred. So this kind of relates to the other two stats. So the number of homes under contract this year to date versus last date is up. So that means in these first, call it 45, 50 days of 2026, we've put more homes under contract this year than we did last year. But what you see is the number of homes transferred is actually down, or sold is down 13%. So that really means, so the transfers lag the under contracts or pendings by 30 to 45 days. So what that really means is in the beginning part of January or in December, we did not put a lot of homes under contract. So not a lot transferred in the first 40 days of this year. So that really means last year in 2020, the end of 2024, we were doing better than we did at the end of 2025 as far as number of transfers go. You can see that stat here pretty well. If you're on your phone, you probably can't read it at all. So I'm going to talk about it. Anyway, so when you look at January of 2026, so these stats, the reason I wait to this first week of the month to do these is the service that I use to pull all this data doesn't normally drop until the 7th, 8th of the month. So anyway, so we have January stats now. And it just shows that, January 2026 versus January 2025, we put 9% more homes under contract. So that's a good sign, right? If your home was listed in January and didn't go under contract, you need to start thinking about what's wrong. It's usually the price or the condition. Call your favorite Ed Huck Team Realtor and we can walk you through that. If you own a home, still a great time to own a home. Average sale prices this year to date versus last year to date are up 12%. That's a little deceiving because what happens is more lower priced homes sell or transfer in these winter months. More of the bigger family style homes transfer starting April, May, June, July. So, we ended the year last year, and this is for Cuyahoga, Lorain, and Medina averaged. The average sale price at the end of December for 2025 was a little over $300,000. So when you see this, if you've been paying attention and watching these videos, you're gonna go, what happened? Why did the average sale price go down? That's just why, because there's obviously some seasonality to real estate. But when we look at the rolling 12, which will take that seasonality out, so the last 12 months versus the previous 12 months, Average sale price is still up 7%, which is great, especially because a lot of my real estate friends in Florida, Texas, Arizona, they're seeing depreciation. Not a ton, but they're definitely seeing some depreciation in those markets. Days on market. So how long is it taking for a house to go under contract? This year to date versus last year to date, we're up 10%. So it's taking 5 extra days for a house to go under contract. The average rolling 12 is about 41 days. Months worth of inventory. So this is how we track what's actually happening in the real estate market. So basically when we take some of these other data and kind of push it together, if we have 10 homes for sale right now and it takes 2 months to sell those homes, that means we have, if we have 10 homes for sale, we sell 5 this month, 5 next month. Basically, we've got 2 months worth of inventory, if that makes sense. And what this is showing, though, our months worth of inventory is headed up. So this strong seller's market that we've been in since 2020 is slowly starting to come back to normal. And you can see that on this graphs here. What you're seeing here is the normal ups and downs of a real estate seasonality. So there's more homes available in the winter, so it's taking longer. So we have more months worth of inventory in the winter than we do in the summer. But you can see here, wish my cursor worked here, but if you look real close, you can see where the bottom fell out in 2020, and all of a sudden we went from 2.6 months worth of inventory all the way down to 1 month worth of inventory. That's when we're having the feeding frenzy of 27 offers on houses. It was very, very busy if you were a seller. The thing to notice here, though, is that bottomed out basically in 2021. And every year since then, you can see the bottom of that trough is getting higher, which means we are carrying more inventory month after month after month. So it's still a strong seller's market. It's just finally shifting back more towards a neutral market. So again, for what sellers, what does that mean? The last 45 days has been busy for putting homes under contract. The transfers haven't been there. So the good news is if we're busy putting them under contract now or pending now, in 30 to 45 days, we should have a lot of transfers. Again, we talked about this, but it's a strong seller's market. Don't get too aggressive with your list price. Markets across the country are actually starting to slip as far as average sale prices. Don't price your house ahead of the market. Price it right where we think it should sell. If your house isn't under contract in a week or two, it's the price or the condition. Market time is an equity killer. If your house sits in the market for 3 or 4 months because you're trying the market, you're going to lose money in the end, guaranteed. And then for buyers, mortgage rates still hovering around 6%. Don't expect low 5s anytime soon. I was reading, say midway through last year, end of 25, that they were predicting rates to get down in the mid to low 5s over the summer, or maybe even quarter 4 of next year. We'll have to see if that happens. Again, there's more homes available this year, so if you've been out there sitting on the fence because you were trying to look for a house in 2021 or 2022 and everything was selling in multiple offers, that's not happening as much anymore. And home prices are still rising. So if you're sitting on the fence waiting for the market to crash here in northeastern Ohio, I don't see that happening. Other markets that have started to really adjust hard are markets where they were doing a lot of new construction. I'd mentioned before, Arizona, Florida, Texas. A lot of those areas, they were building homes like crazy and the market slowed down. So now there's a glut of inventory. We don't have that. So if you have, let's back out of here. Let's zip over here. If you have more questions, always feel free to reach out, please, and we'll get the stats for your local market. So these are broad stats. Each city is very, very different, and we can pull up this kind of deep dive data specifically for your house. So enjoy the rest of your February. Take care.